Hi, I'm Nathan Pearce, coming to you from London's SDN Conference 2013. We're in the Russell Hotel in a very nicely decorated meeting room, and I'm here with my colleague, Andreas Roeder, Solutions Architect.
Nice to meet you, Nathan.
Having a good day? Enjoying London?
Really good, really good. Really nice conference.
Based where?
I'm based in Germany.
From Germany today. Excellent. What's interesting today? What have you seen? Have you seen any good sessions at this show?
Yeah, really good session. So the whole theme is about how service provider can overcome their actual problems. And there are a couple of them. So obviously they're facing a lot of competition issues, they're facing a lot of time to market issues, and they're facing a lot of CapEx and OpEx restrictions, which they want to solve, and where certain operators try to find different ways to solve them, but there is a common theme, and that's all about SDN right now, which they consider for themselves as a kind of possible solution to accomplish this task.
Okay, so this drive to look into SDN is coming from more aggressive competition and a need to kind of get more out of less. Is that the driver for it, or is it more an agility piece? Like, is it just to react quicker, or maybe a bit of both?
I think it's a little bit of both. So they try to solve first the competition threat. So they find a way to basically reduce their common development methods and to find new operational models to build the networks and how to operate the networks. And obviously SDN is a key driver for them, because they basically believe that if I centralize everything and orchestrate that and have a centralized view of the network, I might have a way to basically develop my service way faster than before, which is key for them. It will reduce time to market, and then all the associated pieces with SDN, like network function virtualization, is also a key driver for them.
When you say to make changes in the network faster, is this to react to new lines of business or to changes in existing, or is there a trend either way in that?
No. What they're typically facing is there's a huge problem right now on how they operate and maintain their networks right now to introduce new services. So they basically face a competition threat and they want to introduce a complete new service. Based on their current operational models, it's very hard for them because they need to touch so many pieces, dedicated hardware, dedicated software pieces. They need to model it around it, scale it. So if they would find a way to basically abstract that, and having a common underlying platform and then having a centralized control entity, which is then the orchestrator, it would help them dramatically to reduce this kind of effort and to reduce this kind of time in order to have an improved time to market situation.
Okay, that makes sense. So the quicker they can get new services,
Correct.
when they can monetize them, they can put them into effect, the better, obviously.
Correct.
Oh, that's cool. So with SDN though, I mean, we read a lot about it. It's a fairly heavily used acronym in the media. I think trying to learn SDN by just typing SDN in Google doesn't really help. There's a lot of different opinions out there. What's kind of wrong with it? What should people be looking out for if they're going to go down this path and investigate?
So right now, we from F5 believe that the solution should be hybrid in a sense that you take care of already existing install base, try to uplift this already existing install base into something new, which you can adopt and having the software attached piece on top of that. As soon as you would do that, you can leverage already existing install base. You don't need to wipe everything away, but you just enhance the already existing install base and bring in new ways how to provision it, how to orchestrate it, how to maintain it, and how you basically build the services on top. And that's what we provide you towards an SDN kind of fabric.
Okay, and I guess that approach de-risks the implementation a lot, doesn't it? And I guess to just completely switch over, that's an outage to do that as well, isn't it? So that approach is a lot safer and a lot easier to adopt.
It's way easier, and it's not so drastic, because also these kind of operators facing the issue on how you can really productize that and how you can operate it by the end of the day. Their skill set totally changed. They now have if you even take the virtualization route, they have a hypervisor in between. So they need people who are used to that kind of environment, can operate this kind of environment. They might need to learn new protocols and new ways how to build basically your ecosystem to delivering a service to your customers.
And all this extensibility brings with it new elements of programmability as well. People needing to be able to code things and have that code trusted enough to be deployed in networks. Is that a kind of real fear, that jump to programmability versus a static network that you just plugged in and left?
I think it's a little bit of both. There is a certain level of fear associated with this kind of approach, but nevertheless, people believe that if they don't change their mind, if they still keep continuing what they did before, it will take them sooner or later out of competition because they cannot react towards competitive threats in their network anymore. Okay. Plus, they have the issue with stuff like over the top. So they need to find ways to react towards new competition threat really, really fast. And the only way to do that is a kind of programmability of the network and have a centralized view of the network.
Okay, that's really interesting. Well, thanks very much for your time today. We appreciate your comments and really great to see you as well.
Thanks a lot for your time.
Excellent. Thanks very much.